I have known this, and I've talked about this. I've known this for a long time. I know that that's a really messed up part of my brain. That's it. That's what I want to do. So it's not like a full detox. I understand that, but it's a very minimal thing. Yesterday ended up being so much easier than I thought it was going to be.
So yesterday I definitely did not keep up with my goal, but I'm just gonna get back on track today.
Hi, this is Katie. Yes, I curled my hair today. Just get that out of the way. I curled my hair today. I think it looks nice. I want to try that new microphone. That was very loud. I want to try it on my phone. If you watched one of my videos from last week, I guess, I mentioned that I got this Rode microphone months ago, and I finally tried it out in a video from like a week ago, and I didn't really like it for what I do. I think that the audio sounded really good, but it's a mic that like I have to do this, and I just don't really love how that looks. And so I was like, I don't think this is gonna work for me. I don't think that I like it. I have to think of another solution, whatever. But you know what? I'm gonna still try it out and see if I can kind of get used to it, because the audio really was so much better. And so I did the little like trial last week on my camera. Right now I'm on my phone. And so I want to see if it works on my phone. So I'm going to plug it in. Now we have a little like comparison. What word am I thinking of? We have like a little comparison. So this is just with the audio that's already on my phone. And now I'm going to plug this in and do this, I guess. Can I do it like this way? A huge bird. Hold on. Hi, baby. Hello. Come over here. I want to be friends. Look at how it walks. It's like so sneaky. I'm at a park, obviously. Okay, bye baby. Love you. Okay, so this is not good. I don't like this. I'm gonna plug in the other part and we're gonna see how much better it is. I mean, I could be one of those people who just holds it, but that does not seem like me. You know, especially if I'm vlogging and like I'm doing stuff. Like what if I'm vlogging cleaning my car? Am I gonna hold this with one hand and clean with the other hand? No. What if I clip it like my bra? That's gonna be muffled, right? Let's try it. Never mind, this one's dead. Even though I charged them both yesterday for like a very long time, like they both said that they were charged, this one's dead now. So never mind. I'm gonna still try it out, but obviously not right now because that one's dead. Okay, so it is Sunday afternoon. It's 1:30. And I have actually been pretty good at not working on Sundays the last few weeks because I do want to get better at practicing the Sabbath. But I kind of felt like what I'm about to say is kind of important. And so I did want to just vlog a little bit today and talk about this. Okay, so let me put this away. Loudest Velcro in the world. In the entire world. Yeah, I just charged this yesterday and it doesn't work. So I don't know if that's an issue with that. I don't know. Anyway. So I know that I have mentioned that I was anxious in a couple of my recent videos over the last few weeks. I do think that my mental health was in a pretty good spot from like the middle of the summer, basically through, I don't know, November or something like that. I think I was doing pretty good. I was a lot more focused on Jesus. I still had ups and downs, of course, but just overall, I felt like I was in a better spot mentally than I was for like the few years prior to that. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, just a few weeks ago, it started to get a little worse again. It's one of those things like I like control. I firmly do believe that there are some things that we need to take control of. You know, our prayer life, we control that. How often we go to church, we control that. And then even other things, how much we work at our business, we control that. How much we sleep, we don't fully control it if we have insomnia or something, but you do generally control what time you go to bed. You know, you generally control what time you wake up, or at least you can take steps towards it, you know. And so even if we don't fully control things, sometimes we can control parts of it, or we can start taking steps towards it, you know. And so I do believe that whatever we can control, that it's important to actually take control, not make excuses, and take responsibility and work on it. Control whatever we can. There are obviously a lot of things that we can't control, especially when it comes to other people and stuff like that. And then there's obviously the whole idea that overall, God is in control. And sometimes I struggle with that, honestly. I need chapstick, like always. This is the EOS Super Balm. This is the Mango Melonade, but I have a bunch of different flavors. This is just the one that's in my cart. Yeah, so I do struggle with that. So definitely part of what I've been working on and I need to continue to work on is letting stuff go. That is not something that I'm good at all. And I definitely need to continue to work on, I have been working on this the last few months. I need to continue to work on like surrendering enough to God where he is making the changes in me. It's not me making the changes, it's he's making them within me. But like I was saying, I think there's some things we can control and some things we can't. And I think it's really good to know the difference and to let things go, which again, I need to learn more about, but then to actually take control of the things that we can control and obviously pray and make sure that it's God led. That's a really important part, that it's not just egotistical or anything like that, that it's actually God led into our decisions and into our actions, you know, pray first, then act kind of thing. But literally what I just decided right before I turned the camera on and why I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to vlog today is kind of go through like a phone detox. I do notice that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when I'm very anxious and very depressed, I scroll on Instagram. And here's the thing. I don't think that going on Instagram is bad. I think that it can be bad if you have other responsibilities or other things that you can be doing or things that maybe you should be doing, but you're spending 5 hours a day on Instagram just scrolling and just looking at stuff. I think that it can be unhealthy. However, I think it can be fine if you're on Instagram a little bit and you're checking people's stories and you're seeing what your friends are up to and you're watching some cooking videos or some like animals. I think it can be totally fine. And there's a difference between like, I'm just going to scroll and distract myself from life versus, oh, I'm just curious, or I want to learn something, or this is entertaining, or this is funny, or this is fun for me. I think there's just a difference. And I think that we always have to be honest with ourselves, which one we're doing. That's with anything in life. Some things there is a line of, is it healthy or not healthy? And I think lately, especially again the last week, but probably honestly a lot longer than that, I have been leaning on the unhealthy. I'm just using Instagram to distract myself. I also play a game a lot on my phone called 2 Dots, and I love that game. I've literally been playing that game on and off, but for like 10 or 11 years. I love that game. And sometimes I will play it, you know, for 15 minutes, and I think that's great, right? But sometimes I'll play it for an hour and a half. And again, for some people, that's what they enjoy doing. They like video games or they like doing games or whatever, and that's fine and that's great. But for some people, if we're aware of it, we can tell that it's actually more of a distraction versus what we enjoy. Those are different things. There's a fine line. And so the game I love playing that game, but I do notice sometimes that I kind of go overboard with it and it turns more into a distraction. It really takes a lot of being honest with ourselves because it's so easy to just like lie and be like, no, but I love this game. So it's okay that I play it 3 hours a day. Yeah. You know what? If that's the truth, then that's fine. I mean, you know, depending on you and your life and whatever. But if you have other responsibilities or if you're depressed and you're only doing it to distract yourself, or if you're like literally like negating your actual life, then maybe we need to be more honest about it, you know? And so I've just especially realized that I am using those things as a distraction and that honestly, some of the healthier things that I can do, I rush through them so that I can distract myself. And here's the thing. I have known this, and I've talked about this. I've known this for a long time, that sometimes I will rush through things so that I can get to where I can distract myself again. I know that that's a really messed up part of my brain. And again, you know, a half hour ago, I just was like, Katie, do a phone detox. And I'm going to add, stop rushing through important things and healthy things. And again, I've talked about this before, but I very clearly didn't stick with it. So I wanted to make this video as like a little accountability thing that I'm just going to do the week. So actually by the time you watch this video, the week might be over. When are you watching this video? Friday, maybe? And I'm recording it on Sunday. So the week's almost over by the time you're watching this. But I'm going to take the week. I might be okay with being on Instagram a little bit every day, but honestly, there are sometimes where I pick up my phone and I just immediately check Instagram. And I might check Instagram like 20 or 30 times a day. Even if it's just for a second or two, I'm still just continuously thinking about it and continuously checking it. I don't want to do that. So maybe, you know, 2-3 times a day, I check it for a minute or two. I answer some DMs. I post something for work. Maybe I can watch a couple stories for a few minutes. That's it. That's what I want to do. So it's not like a full detox. I understand that. But it's a very minimal thing. And then the game that I love playing, 2 Dots, I still, you know, might play a couple minutes a day. So again, not a full detox, but just a super drastic minimum. And I'm also just going to work on, being more present. I literally have a tattoo that says here. But I'm wearing long sleeves, so I forgot, apparently, to live in the moment and be in the moment and be present. I obviously am going to, maybe not obviously, I'm going to want to continue this at least in a certain way after this week, but I want to be strict about it this week. And so, yes, there's going to be some times in the future where I want to play my game for an hour at night because it's fun, or an hour during the day if I'm taking a break because it's fun. Yes, and I think that's fine if it's for positive and healthy reasons. But at least for this week, I'm not going to play for more than 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, so I just am at the point that I really do think that God is making some drastic changes in me. But with that, and with that belief in that, that means I have to take some action too. And so I'm going to have a little week of it's like a mini detox, because it's not really a full detox, but it's like a mini phone detox. So I'm still going to use my phone, to work, check emails, to text my friends. Yeah. So at night, I want to read more. I want to, do more arts and crafts. I want to just do other things and take this week to just figure some more stuff out. So yeah, this morning I, did laundry. I organized my car a little bit. I watched a sermon online this morning, and now I'm at a park. I've been at this park for probably 2 hours. I actually watched the sermon from this park. I organized my car here. I watched the sermon here. I was texting one of my friends, and I was playing the game on my phone, and I was checking Instagram, and I was like, this is the thing, and this is really hard for me to accept. There are so many truths of the Bible that I firmly believe, but they're still hard for me to accept about myself, and one of them, and I'm going to say this to you too, because I believe this about everyone. You have a greater purpose than scrolling on Instagram for 5 hours every single day. I know some people might want to get mad at me about that. Oh, it's your wind down time before bed, blah, blah. I get that. But if it's for hours and hours, and if it's causing you any sort of anger, jealousy, pain, or if you can be doing something healthier for yourself, then doing that every single night, I don't think is great. I believe that we just have more that we can do with our lives. We have more to offer, and that God has more for us than just endlessly scrolling. I'm never going to say that going on social media is bad. I love social media. I'm never going to say that playing games is bad. I think games are great. I just think that we need to be honest about where's that line of, are we doing it for enjoyment because it's fun, because we're learning, because it's just something that we like doing, versus are we distracting from what we could be doing? Are we even distracting from pain? Which again, I get. That's one of the reasons that I do it. But it's just a Band-Aid in reality, and it's a bad one at that. And so I have been working on stuff for years, on my brain, my heart for years. And one of the things that I've learned the most is that I need to work less on it and allow surrender to God for him to do more of it. But then the rest of the stuff that he wants me to take action on, I have to do it. And a lot of it's going to be uncomfortable. And a lot of it is going to be stuff out of our comfort zone. And a lot of it is going to be the stuff that is opposite of what we want to be doing. But our feelings aren't always good indicators of reality. And our feelings are definitely not always, sometimes, but not always the best thing to follow. It's kind of similar to when people say, oh, I'm not motivated. Okay, who cares? Do it anyway if you have to, if it's important, whatever it is. I'm not motivated to make my bed. I don't care. Do it anyway. It takes 5 minutes. It's a good thing. And then you know what happens? Generally, your feelings will line up later. So I know that you want that kind of rush of oh, I'm doing something great. I get it. But it'll come after you do the discipline part. And so for me, there's just a lot of surrendering I have to do. And then on top of that, a lot of action I need to take. That bird is just... Sorry, the bird was soaring by. Let me show you this bird. It might be the same one as before. Let me show you. And then we're going to go outside. I'm going to stop talking right now. We're going to go outside and see if we can befriend the bird. I'm not going to go up to him, but just, long distance friends. Let's see. It's cold and windy today, so the audio might be real trash, but... Hi, birdie. He is so tall. Can you tell? He's probably 2 feet tall. Bye, baby. Oh, another one. A little one. Hey guys, it is the next morning. It's 10:45 in the morning, and I just want to update you on the rest of my day yesterday, because I know that I didn't film anything else. Yesterday ended up being so much easier than I thought it was going to be, in terms of not really being on Instagram and playing my game and not really distracting myself very much. It ended up being a lot easier than I thought, because when I got home, I ended up FaceTiming with a friend for a few hours, and then I made dinner, and I kind of meal prepped a little bit for today and tomorrow as well. So I ended up cooking for a decent amount of time. And then I watched TV with my best friend who I live with. And then by that time, it was like 8:15. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so I just like laid in bed, read for a little bit, and then I went to bed. I think I was asleep by 9:30. So yesterday was easy. I may have checked Instagram a couple times in that time, you know, but I definitely was not scrolling for like 2 hours or anything like that. So yesterday ended up being decently easy with like not being on Instagram, not playing my phone for hours and all that kind of stuff. And then today it's like 10:45. I woke up, showered, and then I got ready a little bit. And then I've been editing. I would say I edited for maybe 2 hours or so this morning. And I haven't even checked Instagram yet today at all. Not even as like a little break or a little distraction or anything like that. I went to pick up my phone and check Instagram, and I was like, never mind. I'm not going to do that yet. And so again, I'm allowing myself to check a couple times a day, but I just didn't do that yet. So that's good. And so today, really, I've just been working so far. And right now I am parked at a grocery store because my video for Sunday, I'm also recording today. So it's kind of like double vlogging kind of, because Sunday's video is going to be a mini grocery haul and then like a what I ate that day on my new diet. And so I'm just going to go to the grocery store now, but I just wanted to update you a little bit that like yesterday and last night were pretty easy. I'm gonna go record my other video and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit later and just see what we're gonna do for the rest of the night. All right, I'll talk to you later. Hey guys, it is like 2:45 and I just wanted to check in. I did connect my microphone. I know that in one of my last videos where I was talking about this microphone, I said that it probably was not gonna work with me. I'm either gonna have to hold it or clip it, and clipping it looks weird and it feels weird. And in some of my videos, I'm like doing stuff, and so holding it would be weird, you know, but the audio just did really sound a lot better when I used this. And so I think during some of the time where I'm just sitting here and talking to you that I might use the microphone more. So let me know what you think about that. Yeah, it's about 2:45 and what happened? So I went to the grocery store. I filmed all of that. I got home. I put the groceries away. I filmed my first little meal of the day. And then I've been editing for the last few hours. And I did check Instagram for, I don't know, maybe a combined 2 minutes or something like that, just really quick. And then I did play the game on my phone for like 5 minutes or so. So that's what I've done today so far. And that's been going okay, because during the day, it used to be pretty likely that, you know, while I'm taking a 2-second break from editing, that I would check my Instagram. And again, like I said earlier, sometimes that's going to be fine, but I just don't want to do that all the time. And so I do want to switch this habit. And so right now I'm taking a break from editing, and I just figured I would check in with you for a minute because I am going to probably like tidy up a little bit. I think I'm going to clean the kitchen a little bit and fold some laundry, and then I'm going to get back to editing, and then I'm going to film more for Sunday's video. So I'm actually going to end up working decently late tonight, but I'll talk to you guys a little later. It's kind of funny to look at me with the microphone on, especially when it's a little bit darker, because the light is so bright. Hi guys, what's up? Okay, so it is about 6 o'clock and I am almost done working. I think I started working this morning around 7:30, and then I've taken a couple breaks here and there to, I had a phone call and, you know, I cleaned the kitchen and stuff like that. But I probably have another 45 minutes or so of work, and I'm so tired. And so I'm probably gonna work for like that 45 more minutes. And I really wanna give myself a pedicure. Honestly, I wanted to give myself a pedicure for weeks and I just haven't done it. And so I'm kind of gonna like force myself to do that tonight. And then after that, I'll probably read my book and watch like an episode or two of TV and then go to sleep.
Hey guys, good morning. It is Wednesday morning at about 9 o'clock. I filmed on Sunday and Monday, and those days were pretty good. I ended up like really being busy with other things, and I was good about reading and talking to my friends and, you know, like giving myself a pedicure and all that kind of stuff. And so I wasn't really struggling with wanting to scroll on my phone. And then yesterday, I didn't film for this video yesterday, but yesterday I completely failed. Basically yesterday. I was probably on Instagram for, I don't even know, probably an hour or maybe 45 minutes or something. And I did play my game for, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes or so. So yesterday I definitely did not keep up with my goal, but I'm just gonna get back on track today. You know, sometimes when we're working on a goal and we take a few steps back, it's really easy to like have negative self-talk and just to give up, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to do that. So we're just getting back on track today. It's about 9 a.m. and the only time I've even touched my phone today was to answer one text and to put music on while I was in the shower. And so I haven't checked Instagram or anything yet today. I haven't even really wanted to yet, so that's good. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you for another couple minutes. And just in case you want to do a little phone detox as well, I wanted to kind of talk about like other things that we can do instead of scrolling, because I really think that if you are switching a habit, you need to think about and kind of plan what you're going to do with that time and that energy. And so you might be someone who scrolls on Instagram for an hour a day. That might kind of just be something that you do every single night that you've done for a while. And you might be like, you know what? No, I want to do something different for whatever reason it is. I just want to do something different for a week or for long term or whatever. So instead of just saying, I'm not going to scroll, we have to kind of think of it as, I'm not going to scroll. So what else am I going to do with that time? Otherwise we're just going to either get bored or we're going to get angry, or we're just going to be like, oh, well, I might as well scroll. It's like, no, we really need to replace the habit basically. And so I have a list on my phone of a bunch of things that we can do instead of scrolling. And obviously you can add to this list if you want. I will copy and paste this list and put it in the comments or in my description or something, just in case you want to do a little phone detox as well. Because again, it might be overwhelming to be like, oh, what am I going to do if I'm not on my phone for an hour every night, or for a half hour every night, or for 3 hours every night? What am I going to do? It could be kind of overwhelming. So I made a little list to help me and to help you. The top two things that I'm going to be more focused on are praying and reading. I think those are like the top two for me. Another thing is arts and crafts. For me, that would mostly be diamond painting. That's like the main arts and craft I'm into right now, but I have several others, and obviously there are other options as well, but just arts and crafts in general, or really any hobby that you have. The next one is worship, or blast music and dance around your room or dance around the kitchen or something like that. Learn something new. I think that's going to be a big one, whether it's, like you're studying something that you want to learn for your job or for school, or maybe it's just something that you're interested in that you want to learn more about, or studying the Bible, anything like that. Like learning something new could be really, really good. The next one is really big. Okay. The next one's really important. Anything that you've been procrastinating, because sometimes we pick up our phones because we enjoy it. Sometimes we pick up our phones to distract ourselves from reality and to procrastinate on things that we really, really, really need to do. And so the next thing I have on my list is just anything that you've been procrastinating. Do that instead. Because for me, at least, I've noticed the more I procrastinate, the more anxious I get. And then the more I procrastinate, and then the more anxious I get, So it's like when there's something we need to do, the quicker we do it, the less anxiety we'll have about it. And so I wrote, some chores maybe you've been putting off, doing something like cleaning your bathroom or something. Maybe you can do some chores, paying your bills, anything like that. Anything that you've been procrastinating. The next one is cleaning, decluttering, organizing. The next one is maybe you have some extra work that you can do. Maybe you're trying to grow a business, and so maybe you have some extra work to do. The next one is go for a walk or do some sort of exercise. And of course you can listen to music or a podcast while you're doing that, or you can just kind of be in the moment and be there and be present. The next thing is talk to a friend or go hang out with a friend, and again, be like in the moment there. The next one is just a fun one. You can make a playlist. I think that could be fun. The next one is any self-improvement that you're into, any sort of help that you want to give yourself, whether it's therapy, whether it's reading self-help books, again, whether it's learning something new, anything like that. The next one is really dependent on how much screen time you're trying to decrease, because you might be someone who you're like, you know what? Honestly, if I'm being real honest with myself, every day when I get home from work, I just spend from 5 to 8 on my phone. And you know what? Maybe I don't really want to do that anymore. Maybe I want to make some changes. And maybe I'll still do that sometimes, but maybe 3 days a week, I don't want to do that. So what else can I do? If you really want to drastically decrease your phone time, you can schedule something else. So you can schedule to volunteer. You can schedule, like weekly board game nights with your friends, or a book club or something like that, or join a sport, or join just some sort of group in your town, like a church group or something. And so that's especially good if you're really trying to decrease a lot of your phone time. You can just schedule something else. The next one is take yourself on a date, go explore by yourself, go to a park, go take yourself out to a restaurant, but don't scroll on your phone while you're out to eat by yourself. you know, either just be present in the moment. Maybe you can bring a book or something, depending on, you know, kind of how you're trying to change your mentality. And then the last one, which I know I've already mentioned a little bit throughout the other ones, but the last one is be in the moment. And I wrote, especially if you scroll to distract, or when you're waiting in line, or while you're watching a movie or something, be present instead, no more multitasking. I know one of the things for me is literally that sometimes I would watch a movie and I would be texting my friends and I'd be scrolling on Instagram. No, that's too many things at once. I think multitasking can be helpful in certain situations, but I think it can be good if you're watching a movie to just watch the movie. And so I think that kind of decreasing multitasking, decreasing scrolling through Instagram when you feel a little bit bored, when you're waiting in line, whatever, you know, I think that working on being present, being in the moment, or just even doing anything else that I listed could potentially be helpful. But again, this is not a full list. This is just some advice that I have, some things that I'm going to be doing and some things that I wanted to share with you. And so if you have any other things, like if you want to do a phone detox too, let me know in the comments what you are going to spend your time doing instead. I'm really curious. But yeah, I think that's actually just going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me. I really like talking about this kind of mindset stuff. I'm a really deep thinker. I know some people like to think that I'm an overthinker, and sure, sometimes maybe I am, but I really just like to think deeply about a lot of things, you know? And so I like to talk about them with you guys. And so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped in some way. I never do these kinds of videos to like complain or anything, but I just hope these videos can help you in some way. So let me know in the comments if you're going to do a phone detox as well. I'm going to be doing it for another like 5 days, I guess. And again, not a full detox, but like a really, really, really minimal detox, I guess. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you're subscribed for some other videos like this, some videos where I'm out and about, some videos where I'm cooking, all that kind of stuff, really just hanging out with me. You know, I just really want this channel to be that we're just hanging out with each other. And yeah, I guess that's going to be it. Thanks again. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.